Yo, what's up? Street Level Live. It's Friday night. Who's up and ready to party? We're doing it. Yeah, buddy. Here we are. It is greater to be than to do. Let's be this. Great session earlier. Some really good vibes. Now we're in nighttime mode. Ready to chill. I think this is a good view to start off in, so people can see the cards. I've been having a great time. I used to do this like 6 months ago. The last time I did it was about 6 months ago, before today, and is this too low? Do we need some more brightness here, dude? I got brightness. Is that too much? More? We doing good? Looks good. Anyway, nighttime. People get a little weird, but I can maintain. Somebody earlier was a little insensitive. Not very, but I think they were, you know what, I think it was that they were exploring their own psychic sensitivity, and that's cool. But as we learn, we don't always come across the way that we hope. So I'm going to slide my head over, because that's a more comfortable position. Yep. This is fun. When I was a kid, I used to always want to have my own TV channel. So, in some weird way, I have that now. Yep. That's a great shuffle. I really want to fix up this camera. I have this cheap little webcam I got. It gets the job done. What I really like about it, it's wide angle. So, look, I can put these cards on. This thing's like maybe 10 inches up off my desk, which keeps it out of the way of the camera in front of me, you know, or above me. So it's really cool. I like it. It just doesn't have the best look. That's looking pretty good. It's not bad. Ideally, I use my iPhone, but then you gotta plug it in, blah, blah, blah. This thing's like ready to go. Anyway, I got the camera set up for the main camera. God, that green and red look really good together, don't they? I'm ready to do some readings. This shit's for free, boys. I mean, donations are great, but shit's for free. Ready to do this. Ready to help the kids out. The vibes going here, huh? It's Friday night, dude. This shit's gonna be popping in like no time. I had somebody earlier, I had one person come on, and within like fucking 10 minutes, the shit was popping, dude. I'm assuming either people are going out because, well, I guess earlier it was like 1 o'clock in the morning in the UK, so I don't know. It's the weirdest thing. I get the weirdest viewers. I get the UK, I get, you know, all this shit. It just takes one person to pop on, and all of a sudden everyone's like, give me some free readings, boy. I wish somebody would give me a donation. Dollar works great. There's all the cards. That's what we're doing. Hanging out. This shit's popping off, dude. Shit gets popping off. I feel like I'm in some like Friday night parlor, some side street. Is it too bright now? Not 22%. How's that? It's 18%. It's got this new light I'm super stoked on, but I don't have like the diffuser thing that goes over it, so I just have a pillowcase. Takes the harshness off, but oh, then I can see this green light in the back. I don't know about this green light, dude. Anyway, just hanging out. I need a pen. I'll put it away. That one's going to go to my desk. Usually just hang out for a little bit. It's like fishing. Gives me something to do. I'd really like to make some money doing this. Anybody wants to give me a donation, that would be great. I just need my verbal. Alright, I'm gonna get the prop. $1 prop. $1. It helped me. Alright, this just reminded me of being a magician's assistant when I was a kid. The Renaissance Fair. Alright, so a pen that's not huge would be great, but maybe all I have is huge pens. Alright, we have a visitor. Giving away fucking free readings here, Jack. Want a free reading? I'll give you a 3-card reading. 3 card for free. 3 card just for you. Alright. Got the cards popping. Who's visiting? I have no way of looking at my viewer screen here. Just gonna pull an Edgar Casey card. I have to get a little list together. I used to have it where, I mean, it still tells you that you have to join digitally, but I stopped doing that shit because it just didn't work, dude. I mean, high concept, low delivery. I found that if you just write people's names on a sticky pad, it gets the job done. Anywho, just starting off here, we are... Oh, I lost my viewer. This fucking free reading, Jack. I'm vaping live on YouTube. Now, if you need a lesson of humility, put yourself up on YouTube asking for donations of like $1 at a time in vape. This is humility, my friends. Alright, usually when this shit gets popping, it's like too much. I read earlier, is this the... Kovo? Alright, let's pull an Edgar Casey card. Something to do. Edgar Casey was the sleeping prophet. Alright, we got... I gotta be entertaining, man, because when there's no viewers on here, people watch us on playback, it's like game over. Edgar Casey was the sleeping prophet. Famous psychic. Let's do some schnuffling. Let's clean these cards up here. I got 64 subscriptions. I'm so proud of myself. I kind of bailed for 6 months. Is it my big grill? Is that what it is? I mean, earlier when I did it, it was... I did this screen here. Maybe I should do this screen. Do I scare people away? I scare people away. Let's just see the scary guy with the big beard. Okay, anyway, let's do this. No, I'm just not really happy with this camera, but it's all good. Alright, Astro-tarot for spiritual growth. It's Friday night. Who wants to party? I guess if you're on the East Coast, I mean, sorry, if you're on the West Coast, it's good. If you're on the East Coast, you're probably drunk. And if you're in Europe, you're probably about to wake up. If you're an early riser. Alright, well, I guess this is the route. I have this new camera and I get excited about using it, but we're gonna kick things off with a little shuffle, and then we're gonna go into an Edgar Casey reading. If anybody wants a reading, just give me a shout out. I'll put you in the list. I'll give you a free 3-card reading. And if you want more, just kick me down some sort of donation and I will hook you up with a 10-card reading. Although, I like this velvet, but it's like, kind of like, I don't know. There's got to be some kind of little velvet pad I can buy or something like that. Well, I think it's like the restaurant that nobody wants to go into if there's no one sitting there. But maybe I will get a subscriber stop by. It's funny, you get one person in here and then all of a sudden there's 20 people. If there's no people, nobody wants to come in, but understandable. Now, I really would like to learn how to change my subscription setting thing. So let's see what that looks like. All right, subscription settings. So where was that? That was in settings here, I think. And then let's go to I think it's like not advanced notifications, enable notifications, appearance. No. Well, it's not in here. I think it's on my online account. Okay, I'm digging the green and the red. That looks pretty nice. Okay, that's studio mode, layout editor, CloudBot. Okay, CloudBot, that's what it is, right? So it's on my Streamlabs account. Dashboard. Okay, so all widgets. I don't know, I got all these things, I just don't know how to do it. Custom tip page? I don't know. It does not have donations enabled. Okay, so domain settings and live site title. What is this? Interesting. I don't know what that means. Donations to video and merch. Okay, alright. Design. Location. Content. Donation clip. I don't know. No, I'll tell you one thing, Streamlabs. You're not doing a very good job of explaining what the fuck is going on. Alert box, introduction, alert types, some basic tutorials. Streamlabs alerts, the most powerful tool you can use to engage your audience and monitor your stream. Look at you by the following, subscribing to your channel, and initially, okay, sounds good. Alerts also support other actions like that. Okay, learn. Tutorial. Since alerts are extremely powerful, to differentiate yourself in your stream, we gotta play soon to give you let the settings available in the alert box, which you can personalize out to your own images. Okay, great. Tips. Using library alerts. Tutorial. You can always create your own alerts. Some website stream if you want to just get started with streaming and your alerts to the library that are ready for you to use in your stream. There's a clip. Alright, well, it should be nice to learn how to do this. Oh, I'm just gonna hang out. Oh, it's Dustin. My name is Dustin too. Alert box. Okay, here we are. How does this work? Alright, let's check this out. Test donation. Alright, well, where's the damn link? Alright, I like it, I like it, I like it. So where is my... Oh, it says donations disabled. Yeah. Many damn ones. Shit, dude. No, I thought Friday would be a little more poppin' than it is now. Oh. So, maybe two. Oh, well, what is that? Alondra! Hey, Alondra, how are you? Would you like a free 3-card reading tonight, Alondra? If you do, tell me what your astrological sign is and what your question is, and I'm happy to give you a reading. Friday night hangout. How you doing tonight? I am good, and you? Oh, thanks for asking. It's very nice of you. I'm doing good. I was doing some readings earlier. I had a really good time, and I thought, hey, it's Friday night. Let's get online. Have a good time. Friday night, 9:30. Oh, you don't have a question. Well, that's nice. It's a very content person. That's good. Generally, oh, you have good manners too. Thank you. I like that. Not everybody has good manners. How about just a general area? 932. You are in the West like I am. Welcome. it's Friday. I was thinking I could go out, be social, or I could be social here and meet new people that are awesome. And I met Alondra, so very cool. Alondra, nice to meet you. How about just a general area of interest? Do you want to talk about work, career? Do you want to talk about love? Do you want to talk about spiritual growth? Or... Oh, thank you. That's very nice. I appreciate that. Okay, see? We did it. We're doing it. Friday night party online. Yes, it's virtual, but we are real people, right? That's a good connection. What's been going down? What's going on in life? Spiritual growth. Well, that takes a selfless person to ask those kinds of questions. I respect that. Spiritual growth. Let's see what's going on with Alondra. You are a Gemini. Not react slowly but surely. Yeah, no, that's a tough one. I mean, it's what's really cool about that, at least what I've experienced with that, is you know, sometimes we're so eager to solve problems, right? We care, we have lots of love, we have lots of passion, and then we react too soon to a situation, and then it complicates a situation, right? And then, but there's some really great wisdom in giving things time, right? You get into a situation, it ruffles your feathers, you feel passionate, you either want to fix it or something like that. There's something really beautiful about, you know, I think for me it's like a 2-day wait, you know what I mean? Like when anything that really gets my goat, you know, it's like give it like 2 days, right? Give it like you know, just watch, see what happens, you know. I'll see situations that I want to address, but I don't see a way to address them that's appropriate. And then the odd thing is that like out of nowhere, a couple days later, some circumstance will present itself that makes it really easy. It's like naturally, with no effort, the universe provides the opportunity to address it, you know, which is really cool. So I hear you. I mean, you get the warning signs, right? You go through a situation, it's kind of hyped, it's heated, and yeah, just give it space. That's usually the sign that you want to chill out. All right, Alondra, I'm going to give you 3 piles, so give me a number between 1, 2, and 3. You get to pick your destiny, 1, 2, or 3. Let's figure out how to get this kind of organized. Oh gosh. Let go of old beliefs, forget about it. Forget about it. So much work. Yeah, I mean, just like letting go and just like letting the, like I'm in this mode of pronoia right now, right? Where it's like the universe is conspiring to make me happy. I just gotta get out of my own way. That's kind of where I'm at. 2. All right. Well, it looks like my latency is down, which is nice because before it was like 20 seconds. So if I say something like, here, I'm gonna say something and then, no, I can't. How can I freaking count? Anyway, well, I'm trying anyway. I think we're only about 5 or 10 seconds off. Okay, Alondra, I'm gonna do a 3-card reading for you. Spiritual growth. Ooh. So you've been through some difficult times. Oh, okay. Well, you're cultivating that into some really good stuff. Ooh, we got some movement coming up for you. Spiritual growth, the sun. In the past, spiritual growth representing your ability to communicate with your inner voice and the universe. From that point of view, we have the sun in reverse. The sun is a major arcana card, which means a significant shifting point within your life. Sun in reverse, it could be, you know, just not feeling good, not moving forward. Things weren't really creating the success that you wanted. It's the sun, you know, the sun upright is like, you know, hey, it's the most beautiful time ever, blah, blah, blah. So sun in reverse is, you know, it's kind of maybe a little depression, something like that in the recent past here. Now, what's beautiful here, you know, this is again in regards to your spiritual development. This is your relationship with yourself and the universe, right? Not really connecting, not feeling really seeing, you know, how it's all coming together. But now in your current position here, you have the Six of Cups. Cups represent emotional fulfillment, and inside of a cup of a vessel, you hold water, right? So the water represents emotions. So, you know, as you can see in this beautiful card here, you have two children, and they're smelling the flowers together, and all those cups, all those emotional connections are bearing fruit. They're bearing flower, right? So this is a return to innocence. This is a return to the beauty of childhood, right? So what's nice about childhood is it represents really our angelic nature, right? When you're young, a baby knows no fear. A young child wants to help when you see somebody struggling, right? So it's kind of returning to innocence. It's a defragmentation of our reality. As we get older, we move into work, we move into relationships and all these things that are challenging, and it's easy to get fragmented. You know, we have to survive. We really embody our material selves, and we have a choice whether to become like animals or retain our divine original nature, right? Now, ultimately, it's balancing the two, right? We don't want to get too far and just become apes, and we don't want to just walk upon the earth as though we don't have any responsibility to it either, right? So right now, it's this return to innocence, but you're probably old enough and mature enough to recognize that you have to take care of your daily needs also. You got to eat and bathe and, you know, create resources for your well-being, right? I'm just reading what you're saying here. Yeah, no, it's dangerous, man. Past and future, man. It's a, you know, the past and future and the present all exist in our mind, you know, which sounds crazy, right? Yeah, but, you know, we can relive the same experience over and over and over and over if our minds are there, you know. So this, you know, this card is a really wonderful card. You know, we have to reach the boundaries of our capacity to know what we're truly working with and what's available to us, right? So we may get into situations that test our levels of attachment to things, right? Or we may become obsessed about things, you know, but it's just to remind us that, you know, that there's a limitation, you know, or a boundary to a certain degree. So we look too far into the past and, you know, we can, you know, get really wrapped up and kind of get into a loop about situations, not realizing that that's not really the point. You know, the point is that no matter what happened, no matter what doors closed in our past, it's equally beneficial and valuable that the door's open to the future. So meaning that there's no need to really question why things happened. It's more so that we need to move forward, understanding that we have that fresh, empty palette at our disposal, and we have a chance to really see what we're made of moving forward, right? So I recently had my business partner leave me abruptly, and I brought up a lot of feelings for me because he did a lot of things that I couldn't do. And so it made me feel insecure, you know? But instead I keep thinking about, you know, oh, he abandoned me, oh, he's a bad person, all that stuff, which is really easy to get into. I decided, hey, you know what? Like, who am I right now, and what can I create, you know? And it keeps the energy moving in the right direction, right? We're not stuck in the past, you know? Anyway, so this is where you're at right now. It's returning to that childlike nature. Also a great time to learn how to play. It's springtime, right? Good stuff. Chariot is also, you have very significant transformational cards here, right? So moving to the future, you have the Chariot. Chariot is another major arcana card. The Chariot is taking you from one place to another. You've got this guy, he's got a big star in his head. Card 7 in the Tarot. Chariot is, you know, like you were saying, it's control, willpower, victory, determination. So whatever this is, whatever you discover here in your childlike nature, you're going to be really determined to move forward with strength. I get the sense from you that you have or I think you naturally have a very childlike or playful-like nature, and I kind of almost see you like almost kind of giggling through this. You know, you're like, of course, you know, yeah, I was depressed, but of course I'm back on track. Of course I'm on the chariot, the bus towards my ultimate self-realization. You know, like you have that kind of spirit. I think that's naturally playful, and like I guess what I'm saying is I don't feel worried about you. You know, you're not the kind of person I feel worried about. Not too so stuck in ideas and rigid thinking that you don't know how to get your way out or through this material process. Yeah. Anyway, you got a really beautiful energy. I like it. Thank you very much for stopping by. Donations are always appreciated, but don't even worry about it. It's all good. No big deal. Feel free to subscribe if you want to come back for another reading soon or anything like that. And if you want, I could pull an Edgar Casey card for you. Would you like that? These Edgar Casey cards here. My friend Heather gave them to me. These are kind of just like little inspiration cards that I can give you. Oh, thank you, Alondra. Yeah, no, you've got to get good energy too. It's weird. When I was younger, I have a Pisces full moon, so I used to just feel all this stuff all the time. I feel really overwhelmed. And now that I've gotten older, even online, it's really interesting. I just never thought I'd be able to feel it online, but I get online and I can tune into people's energy, and I'm like, oh, like I can kind of just see them right away. So I like your vibes. Yeah. All right, let's pull an Edgar Casey card for Alondra here. So everything's opening up. It's Friday night, Alondra. Why are you chilling? I'm assuming at home. I don't know. You have any friends to go out with or anything like that? I've just gotten a lot pickier with my friends. I'm not in such a hurry to get out and socialize. Oh gosh, yeah, I hear ya. Oh yeah, get all entangled with that shit. Yeah, I realized that probably 90% of my fears was just feeling other people's stuff, you know? Just getting too entangled in other people's energy. Okay, Edgar Casey was the Sleeping Prophet. Died in like 45, 65, I forget what year it was. 45? Channeled his higher self. Did a lot of support for healing children. Was just a giver. Really beautiful person. Alright, Alondra, why don't you give me pick 1, 2, or 3, and you can choose your own destiny here. Oh my god, isolate to get... well, you're obviously a very wise soul. I just spent the last 6 years doing that, and man, I don't know about you, but I learned stuff about myself that scared me. I'm like, is this real? Is this, you know, I had to really explore a little bit. Yeah, if you're not willing to just walk the beaten path, man, it can be a little uncomfortable sometimes. Well, it's funny because a lot of times these cards are really complicated, and these very complex ways of saying things. And I just pulled, you know, this very simple, beautiful card for you. Infinite love is the love of God, and I have a feeling that your consciousness is just there. You know, like you're like, oh, yep, I know it. I did the work. I've really earned it. I've sat by myself. I've stared into the dark. I've realized it was a void. I can see my abilities, understand my limitations, and yeah, infinite love is the love of God. So, oh yeah, oh man, I went all the way, dude. I went all the way. I stared at the same wall for years. I explored all the little nooks and crannies. And this gives me a chance to give back and do something that has some value to it, and I can only do it if people like you stop by and visit. So thank you so much, Alondra. I appreciate it. Infinite love is the love of God. You know that. I know that. And thank you for sharing some time with me today. I really appreciate it. feel free to stop by anytime. And oh, giving so much to others. Oh my gosh, you know, when that pattern goes on for so long and you're not getting back all that you're giving, you know, it's a death sentence. And I think the old African proverb is, it's like something along the lines of, don't trust someone who offers you a shirt who doesn't have a shirt on. I don't know, it's something like that, you know what I mean? But it's the idea of like someone offers their shirt off your back, but they don't even have a shirt. And not to trust someone like that, you know? And, you know, that's a real wake-up call, I think, for givers, you know, is that, you know, you do have to really nurture yourself, you know, and really take care of yourself. So it's been big time difficult for me. I've spent so much time taking care of other people, and to take time to invest in myself has been a really difficult thing, you know. But again, if I don't have a shirt on my back, how could I offer, you know, one to someone else? So learning. All right, so oh, where'd your card go? Where did I put your card? It was beautiful. That was like one of those, I think, the most simple, beautiful cards I've seen in here. Let's see. Alondra. It's a beautiful name, Alondra. Have I even heard that name? I've never heard that name before. Yeah. Yeah, I guess we have to be included in the unconditional love process, right? Yeah, no, you're welcome to hang out. I'm just hanging out. I ain't doing shit. Earlier I got on, I did... Yeah. I was on here earlier. Oh, there's your card. I was on here earlier. I did one reading and it was like 20 people, and I thought, oh, nighttime. Probably be a little bit more, but maybe not as much. Okay, there's your card. Infinite love is the love of God. Just make sure you're taking care of yourself. You're welcome. I am going to grab a beverage real quick. And it looks like we have another viewer in here. If this other viewer would like a reading, Alondra, you're welcome to hang out and we can do a reading together. Or if we just get bored, we can do a more elaborate reading. So I am going to mute real quick. I'm going to grab a drink. I'll be back in 15 seconds. Hello. Well, Jesus, I'm looking at your text here. Isn't that sweet? That's sweet. Yeah, for me it was, I do like graphic design professionally, and I was like, I really want to like do something that is more helpful. I mean, that helps, but so I was like, oh, I'll just start this. So I just been trying it out, and it's pretty fun. It gets a little wild sometimes. I've had like 20 people on, and it's like some people get a little demanding, you know. It's like I'm like reading for spiritual growth, right? But then someone's like, "But you didn't answer my question. If he loves me and wants to marry me, God damn it!" You know, that kind of vibe, you know. And I'm like, well, I mean, it's not all about feeding the ego, right? Like, we're here to grow a little bit, right? Hopefully, like a little bit. I don't know. All right. Well, Alondra, I'm a Virgo, so we both are ruled by Mercury. We're communicators. Well, gosh, I was on like 5 minutes earlier and I had like 10 readings. And I don't know, I thought nighttime would be, yeah, it gets a little wacky. I thought nighttime would be a little more poppin', but I think, you know what I was getting before? I was getting a lot of people in India, a lot of people in South Korea, a lot of people, a handful in the UK, and it was kind of surprising me. And then, but I think by now, I mean, it's like what, 1 o'clock in the morning in the East Coast. Yeah, I think my market right now is like, you know, drunk people in New York and then Hawaii, right? Or people chilling in California. Alondra, do you know your ascendant? Do you know your rising sign or your moon sign? Oh, that's sweet. Thank you. Yeah, it seems like sometimes are a lot better than others. I used to do this a lot, but then it was like I'd stay up late doing this, and people, like, it was just too weird. People get way too dark about stuff. I was like, ooh. I don't know. It takes two to tango, Alondra. It takes two to tango. Talk to me about your chart. Oh. Oh, so your, wait, I'm sorry. Your rising is a Gemini. Oh my God. Let me look back here. Oh my God. Reading back here. Sorry, just entertain me for a quick second here. I'm so tripped out right now. So, oh my God. Yeah, sometimes I just like hear things that like are just like right there. So all air signs. Rising Gemini. Okay, so at first you said you were a Gemini, but you're saying rising, your ascendant is in Gemini? And you're an Aquarius, is that correct? You got deja vu? Yeah, we're just, I think we're both surfers. I'm sorry, so you're Gemini rising, your moon's in Libra, and sun is in Aquarius, is that correct? Gemini ascendant. My Mars is in Gemini. I fight like a Gemini. Passions like Gemini. Moon in Libra, oh my God, you must be the most emotionally fair person. Like, I could, like, you're like the kind of person that, like, when you're in a relationship and you fight with someone, like, you're probably like the most, like, awesomely easy person to, like, deal with. You're like, I don't even care about me, like, it just needs to be fair. I don't know what's up with those Aquariuses. I call Aquarius Aquarius. I am just like, literally, it's like raining Aquarius. Gemini rising. See, to me, that's where you want to be. Like, your ascendant in Gemini, to me, is like, that's much better than a sun placement. You got like all the air going on. God, you must be a tripper, dude. You probably hang out in Cloud City all the time. You know what Cloud City is? You're hanging out in Cloud City with me right now. That's what you're doing. Tripper. Air sign tripper. That's a lot of air, dude. Do you need an anchor for Christmas? When I say Cloud City, it's like I used to date a Libra, and I wasn't really used to air energy, you know? It was like kind of new for me. We just like lay around in bed, and I just be like, dude, what the hell's going on here, dude? We're just like totally just sailing together. And then I realized, I was like, oh, it's that air, dude. It's like you're just like floating around in space together. You know what I mean? Like, you got triple air, so you're like, oh my god, what is that like? What is that like? All that air. All that air up in there. Yeah, I have a Pisces full moon, so I'm like universe deep into shit, and it's like my life has been basically pretending that I don't know, and the discomforts that come with that, or the fear that you know something, and if they find out by looking at your face that you know that you're gonna get like hurt or something, you know, that kind of thing. Put an anchor tattoo in your calf or something. Keep you grounded. Some little boat shoes. Yeah. You're like, we're already past that. Just tell me what's up. Oh man. Well, apparently everyone's out partying. Alright, Alondra, this is what we'll do. We'll keep you entertained here. Let's look at your compatibility. Now, if there was one sign that you've been most attracted to your whole life, what would it be? What's the one sign that you're like, oh god, I can't take it. It's too good. It's too good. Every time I meet a blank, I'm like, yeah, Virgos are chill. What about Leos? Let's look at your lineup here. All right, I'm gonna help you find. Well, your name's Alondra, so I'm assuming you're a female. So, and my assumption is that you like men, but please correct me on any of that if I don't know, because these days you can get in trouble for not being sensitive, and I'd like to be sensitive. Well, of course you don't, but it doesn't mean you have, like, not having something against someone and also recognizing, like, what energies just naturally flow together, you know. Alright, so, Alondra. Why do I feel like I've never heard that name before? Alondra. What a different name, that's cool. Alright, Alondra. I am in the clear. Let's look up compatibility for Aquarius. But where's your Venus? Do you know where your Venus is? What's your language of love? You want to check out Cancers? Alright, so we've got Aquarius and Cancer on my little chart here. Oh man, Cancer is pretty low. It says that your compatibility percentage is 27%. And then it has attributes attached to each combination of signs to see where their strengths are. And it says nothing in common. As far as Aquarius and Cancer together as partners, 27%. I'm not sure, Alondra. Now, you know, the other thing is, you know, you can meet somebody that has a sun sign that you don't necessarily resonate with, but their moon sign or their Venus or their ascendant might aspect other aspects of your chart really nicely, you know. But just head on head, you know, without any of that in consideration. Yeah, 27%. It's pretty much a dud. We're just gonna go ahead and just give that a dud. Literally, there's like, what is it? 8 different attributes that you can have in common, and there's only one, and it's nothing in common. So, all right. Well, here I'll keep exploring it for you here. Oh. All right. Well, you're air signs, so you're going to get along with air signs and fire signs so very naturally, without any effort. And you resonate with yourself well, because you're all air. So you're very complete in your air mastery. Yeah, but there's no hot Aquarius on Aquarius action. That's kind of deadly too. Yeah, get that Venus popping. Let's check out your language of love. Let's see. I can just skip right to the good stuff. The good stuff is 2 signs. Libra, you have a 90% connection with. And that is the attributes that relationship supports is both harmonious and great sexual chemistry, which, you know, helps in keeping things going, right? Libra. Your other one is Sagittarius. You get 90% connection with Sagittarius. Lots of mutual understanding, but you know, that's great for being brother and sister, but not super hot in the sheets. Venus and Taurus. Oh man, you're that's interesting. All that air, and then you got like the most grounded Venus ever. Now, let's do an experiment. If you were dating someone, astrological website trust. I've been using my own software for a long time, so I honestly haven't been following that very much. But gosh, I think there was one as Time Passages. If they have, check out Time Passages. They might have a link. Yeah, they might have a link. Venus and Taurus. Okay, so yeah, here I was going to play out this for you. So, say you're dating someone and you're like, I'm not sure, but they're kind of cool. And then you were like, and then they like bought you like just a sweet little like gold bracelet. Like, would you just be like, oh hell yeah? That's my question one for you. Would you be like, oh no he didn't, oh yeah? Taurian love language. Grounded. Well, not in the sense of like because of it, but just the thought or the gesture. Or you could be the more spiritually realized version of Venus and Taurus. Ascendant of material goods. Transcendental love and commitment. Would you say that commitment is a strong aspect of what you enjoy in romantic terms? Yeah, a relationship. Like a gesture of love. Like, if you could pick one thing that really made you feel loved, like a gesture, right? And whether it was somebody said something, somebody did something, some people it's like touching, some people it's words, some people it's gifts, right? Like what speaks to you? Yeah. Now I hear you. Yeah, I mean, we go by sun signs, but it's so much more complicated than that. All right, let's read the attributes of Aquarius. Words and communication, yeah. So you got that Gemini energy that really like fuels you. Aquarius are innovative, admired, liberated, revolutionary, eccentric, perverse, okay, unemotional. You are ruled by your ankles, hence get an anchor on your ankles. Ankles. You're ruled by the planet Uranus, which is revolutionary and sudden. And as you know, you are an air sign. It looks like from your love combination, I would recommend an Libra more than anyone else. And not so bad with the Gemini. It's harmonious. Well, it sounds like you're very harmonious with yourself. I mean, your three main signs of your chart are all in harmony with each other. Well, you got your full chart. Yay. Hit me up. I think our Mercuries are activating each other. Intellect, communication. Let's share ideas on a Friday night. Sun in Gemini. I see. Ascendant in Aquarius, so you appear to be... Okay, so you're very loving and fair. Oh, that's nice. That's a nice balance for Gemini, because Gemini with an ascendant that's more like fire or self-centered can be a little detrimental. So you have this like really beautiful like openness and fairness about you. And then especially with your moon in Libra. So, Gemini energy, since it's the twins, it can easily be this kind of on and off energy that can feel a little cold to other people sometimes. But you have that Aquarian and Libran energy, which is just all about universality and fairness and balance. So that's a really nice balanced chart. Mercury in Gemini. Oh my gosh, you must be fun to talk to. Venus in Taurus. You better love me right, or I'm out of here. Mars in Gemini. Ooh, I have a Mars in Gemini too. Oh fuck, I wouldn't. Dude, you do not want to fuck with Alondra. Jupiter in Pisces. My god. Yeah, so you're super spiritually insightful. Jupiter in Pisces, that's just super expansive. Saturn in Aries. There's Aquarius. Right where your sun's ascendant is. So okay, so your sense. Okay, so you're all based off Aquarius. Neptune in Aquarius. Oh man, you got a fantasy world too. Group love energy, collective love energy. Pluto and Saturn. Okay, where's your Uranus? Uranus is in Aquarius? Yeah, you've got some really intense, a lot of like communication and a lot of fantasy, a lot of like group dynamics. So it's just all about grounding all that, you know. Chiron is the wounded healer. So that's like often in our lives we get these wounds, right? We go through something difficult. And when we go through the wound, it gives us an opportunity to master whatever that circumstance is, right? So once you master that circumstance, you're able to then be a teacher and a healer for other people regarding that circumstance, right? So say you were kidnapped, right? And all the wounds and pain that go through that, only you would know and understand that by personally going through it. People just telling you is not going to really explain it to you, right? So it allows you that information, that personal challenge that you went through ends up being a gift for other people. So that's Chiron. That's the wounded healer. Where's your Chiron? Let's see here. Yeah, no, I think it's important to have an equal amount of time during the day and night, balanced with appropriate rest, of course. But obviously, nighttime is going to activate the moon side of your experience. So that's your Libran energy. Part of fortune in Libra. What house is that in? Chiron and Scorpio. Ooh. Black Moon Lilith. North Node in Virgo. Now, do you know what house your North Node in Virgo is? Midheaven in Scorpio. Yabba dabba doo. North Node. Yeah, no, I can sense it. Yeah, and I don't even think it's like a major grounding thing at all. It's like your Taurus is in Venus. You have that there, which is nice. North Node in the 7th house. Okay. Oh, okay. So yeah, so this lifetime, North Node in the 7th house. So let me look here. Virgo in the 7th house. So Pisces in the 1st house. Oh, I see. So your Aquarius ascendant crosses over to Pisces in the 1st house. So yeah, so if your Virgo's in the 7th house, 7th house is the house of relationships. So when you're saying that you connect with Virgos, that's the house of like marriage partners, is Virgo. Part of fortune's in Libra, so that must be in your 8th house. Sorry, it just takes me a moment to connect with all this. Yeah, you're not ungrounded. It's just seeing, the thing is that a chart is, there's beneficial aspects you have to put no effort into. And then there's challenging aspects that you have to put effort into to balance, right? Or they can steer you in directions out of balance that don't benefit you, you know? Sun in 5th house. Okay, so you're a natural creative, you're comfortable with your sexuality, you're playful. Moon in the 9th house. Okay, that's your psychic. Yeah, so your moon, my moon's up there too in the 9th house. So you're not a natural psychic. 9th house, Mercury. Mercury in 4th house. So you communicate. So you have a love of home and family. Venus in 3rd house, which is, so you like to communicate. Yeah, your language of love is to communicate, but also commitment. It's funny, when I type sometimes, or I text people, I text like a lot, and I'm like, oh, it's too much, but I'm actually appreciating your level of communication there. Mars in 4th house. Yeah, so you wouldn't want to break into your house. You'd snap a burglar's neck in half. Oh, Jupiter in 2nd house are your personal resources. Okay, so that you're naturally gifted, and you'll be gifted with extra energy and resources to take care of yourself, which is really cool. You almost have this like beautiful like resource of energy that you can tap into when you need it. Saturn in the 3rd house of communication, and Saturn. So your responsibility, you have to make sure you're responsible in the way that you're communicating. And that you might have kind of tedious, repetitive lessons around that. Venus in the 1st house. Hot bananas. Neptune in 12th house. Oh shit. That's pretty crazy. 12th house is the spiritual realms ruled by Pisces, and you have Neptune there. So your level of both fantasy and ability to tap into spiritual truths is extremely deep, but you need to be careful not to be self-deceptive. You need to be able to delineate the difference between what's reality and fantasy in regards to the spiritual realms, which is already difficult to begin with. Pluto in 10th house. Pluto in the 10th house. Okay, so it's okay in the public sphere. Okay, so you have something. The work that you do is going to be transformative. You could find yourself being either extremely like dark artist. You could find yourself being a transformational counselor, somatic therapist, something that is that gets people in touch with and healing of their shadow self out in the public. I mean, you could be like a vampire dancer, I don't know. Ninth house. Yeah, so okay, so North Node and 7th house, you're super comfortable with yourself, and that in this life, you're super comfortable with yourself in your spiritual realms, right? So it's like you're already there, like you already did all that stuff. So now it's learning to take all the gifts that you've learned in your individual spirituality, your isolation, and apply that to a relationship. 7th house is the house of relationship. Your North Node is your way out, right? So that's like what's going to free you. It's going to be, well, keep in mind that sometimes, we look at purpose and we say, okay, well, purpose is, in the Western society, we say, okay, purpose is the career that you have. And then we use our egos and we say, well, I'm this, and, and then this is how it's going to be. But, meanwhile, who we are and our purpose has already been happening the whole time, right? It's our interactions, it's knowing this person, it's being there for that friend at that one moment. Our purpose, more than anything, is to apply ourselves in a manner that brings a sense of enlightenment or well-being to other people, right? So, of course, we need to make a living, but it's important not to confuse the two, right? So, as long as you're your being around somebody is enriching or contributing to the well-being of others, you found your purpose, right? So, I mean, can we get more deeper into it? Yeah, we can get more deeper into it, right? Yeah, last thing you just said. You just said it. You're totally comfortable with yourself. I don't get the sense that your work in this lifetime, based on where your north node placement is, has really much to do with self-development all that much. I think that's extremely comfortable and easy for you. I think it's learning to share who you are, and that compromise in a dynamic of a relationship is really going to be what takes you to another level. You know what I mean? We can get, you know, your south node, which is in Pisces in the first house, is going to be where you stagnate, you know. So you don't want to get stagnant over there. You want to get a little more analytical. You want to learn to give of yourself in relationship dynamics with other people. So, and a Virgo will be the one to help you with that, because your 7th house is in Virgo. So, hey, we got Queen Bean. All right, Alondra, is any of that helpful? Do you have any Virgo friends? You need to hang out with Virgos. They're gonna like free you and like bring you to another level. All right, Alondra has been this amazing supporter while I'm just hanging out here. Hey, it's Friday night. What you doing? How's everyone doing? I decided to just hang out and do tarot readings tonight. Queen Bean, how can I help you this evening? I would love to give you a reading. Me and Alondra did a reading, and then we were talking about her chart a little bit, which was fun. She's all air all the time, and she's looking to connect in a relationship dynamic and learn the mastery of the duality of relationship, because she's already mastered her individual spiritual expression. What's coming in for love in April, please? Yay. Thanks, Alondra. I really appreciate that. Let's do it. What's coming in for love in April, please? Queen Bean. So Queen Bean sounds a lot like Green Bean, which was making me think of sugar snap peas, which are amazing. Been making this vegan ranch dressing. Oh, it's so good. A little bit of that with some sugar snap peas. All right, what's coming in for Queen Bean in April? Queen Bean, do you know your sun sign? And in addition to that, do you know your ascendant or moon sign? If you could please pass on any knowledge you have of your astrology, that would just help me tune into your vibe a little bit. Thanks for joining me on this Friday night. I had two choices. My friend Michelle, who's an Aquarius, like Miss Alondra here, has her mom visiting from out of town, and I could have went out and hung out with them, or hang out here and do some tarot. So I thought, let's do this. Sorry, my YouTube closed. It's okay. My question for you, Queen Bean, was: do you know what your sun sign, ascendant, or moon sign? Yay. Is? Yes, yeah. So your astrology, your astrological signs. Do you know what those are? And then my assistant Alondra here is gonna tune in. Holy bananas. Boy, did you come to the right place. Do you know what your ascendant is? Whoa! Aries rising with a Cancer sun and a Pisces moon? What a placement. I don't know what that is, but I love it. Cancer sun, Pisces moon, Aries rising. Interesting combination. Hey, Queen Bean, not that you would know, but would you happen to know what phase of the moon that your moon was in when you were born? New moon, quarter moon, waxing moon, full moon. Aries rising, Jesus. Well, your personality must be all fired up right now. Have you got any debates or with anyone or any kind of weird communication shit with people in the last 3 days? Any fiery energy? Any miscommunications? Do you know your Uranus placement? That tells me your general generation, your 7-year generation. And then I can understand what your purpose of being here is. Sometimes the shufflers just don't work. Lockdown. Alright, let's check it out. How's the music? Is it working out? All good. Alright, let's go. Queen Bee. Alright, Queen Bean, give me a number between 1 and 3, and then you get to choose your destiny. Where you going? Where you going? Yeah, what's up with like the love thing? This whole like pandemic was just like, forget about it. I even tried a dating site. I was like, forget about it. Yay. 2. That didn't work. I've never been on a blind date in my life. I went on 3. 1 became a good friend, but man, it was just the craziest thing. Really weird. Oh, interesting. Very, very interesting. Recent past, you got Queen of Swords in reverse. You have the 8 of Pentacles in reverse for your current situation, and Ace of Wands in reverse moving forward. What the hell is going on, Queen Bean? What you doing? Queen of Swords in reverse. You want the sugar coated, or do you want the like hot? You want the truth, or you want the sugar coated? I'll give you the option. I can make candy. Yeah, it's funny how relationships can just smack you in the face. Just like throw you in the tunnel. Oh my god, speed dating? I've never tried that. Truth is fine. You know, this is just kind of like a little bit alienated, a little bit ice cold. Trying to find the right word to use. Yeah, just a little icy in the past. This is the past placement. So, I don't know if it was you, if it was someone else, but just maybe being a little insensitive. Yeah, I mean, okay, you said the truth. This is a little bitchy. This is a little bitchy. Ice, a little bit. There's a little bit of ice, right? A little bit of ice on the heart. This is kind of vibe here. Queen of Swords in reverse. So it's, I mean, it's kind of like a self-inflicted like frost around the heart, right? So, you know, but it's not like unwarranted. There's usually a reason, you know, we're protecting ourselves, somebody's kind of picking at us, whatever it is. But, you know, and again, this could be a partner. There could have been somebody that you were with that was just really bitchy and kind of icy. But this is, you know, the Queen of Swords is it's in reverse is kind of the Ice Queen, you know, whatever that energy is. Now, it's feminine energy. It doesn't mean gender. You know, that can be either or. Seven of Pentacles in reverse. You know, this, when you're speaking in relationship, you know, this is a very common. Yeah, I mean, you know, let's just call this, you know, RBF for now, right? You know, it's now, you know, this is Astro-tarot for spiritual growth. So I'll just give, you know, a lot of people just want to know what is good and what they're going to get out of life, but they don't want to necessarily hear like the spiritual growth part. So if you don't mind, I'll just share a little bit here. Is the it's a very common thing with relationships where we seek out energy that completes us, right? Which is great. We need that. We need compliments, right? But I think what, like Alondra said, is that sometimes we get into situations with people and it just throws us into chaos, right? It really makes us like look at something really deep and intense, you know? So, you know, upright, you can see this card upright is the Eight of Pentacles. And here's somebody who's working on their craft, right? They're really developing, you know, this is like the baker making 100 loaves a day, or, you know, this is somebody who's really honing in their craft. When you keep doing something repetitively over and over, your confidence builds, right? And to the point where you no longer think about what you're doing. It's like driving, right? You know, the first few times you're like, holy shit, I'm going to die, right? A couple weeks later, you're like, look, I'm driving. I'm not so bad, right? But it's still kind of scary. You know, 15 years later, you're like, get the fuck out of my way. You know, you don't even think about it, right? So you're honing your craft. When it's in reverse here, this means that you're still developing aspects of yourself to bring a sense of security, right? Like I said, when you first start driving, you don't have a sense of security. You want somebody else to drive for you, right? So in relationship, you know, what we're constantly going through is meeting people who show us our potential, right? But maybe not, you know, but not necessarily doing it for us, right? So we get in a relationship, they show our potential, and then we're like, well, fuck, I love you forever, just be around forever, and then, you know, do it for me, right? And then what happens is that the relationship fails. And it fails for one reason and one reason only. So you can see what you're missing out on, and then that motivates you to want to develop that for yourself, right? So this, to me, is the ultimate card of, you know, whatever you're going through, whether you're in relationship or not, it's making sure that when you're inspired by other people's behavior, that you're taking the time to develop it yourself and not relying on someone else to do that for you, right? So, it's being aware of where development can take place and not ignoring it, so that when you're in a relationship it fails just so you can see it, right? So it's like the mutual admiration society. You meet somebody, you're like, fuck, I love you because, you know, you're always asking me how I'm feeling or what you can do to help. You know, maybe I should incorporate that in my life. And so you start to do that yourself, right? And then that keeps the relationship together because you're developing that part of you, not relying or being dependent on that in others. Ace of Wands in reverse upcoming here. Wands are very much about the material world and actuality of things, not concepts, but actual shifting and changing our lives. Ace of Wands in reverse can also be, you know, some kind of delay in this. So, you know, I think all I'm seeing here is that, you know, there's an ebb and flow for everything. There's an expansion and a contraction for everything. And I think in this case, you know, this is taking time to really identify those parts of ourselves that we admire in others, right? And that we want to develop, right? So there's been so many people. One of the things I say all the time is, oh, is there anything I can do to help you? I never heard that shit in my life. And I was dating this girl years ago who said that to me. I about lost my fucking mind. I was like, that is the best thing as anybody has ever asked me in my entire life. Is there anything I can do to help you? Holy shit. I'm like, I'm in love. Let's get married. I mean, it was just the most beautiful thing I've ever heard, right? So I took that, and now I do it all the time. And at the end, if you, yeah, I'm gonna compute. I have to log back in. Sorry, guys.